I was monitoring the freaking situation, right? And March posted this of me. I reposted it. Guess what? While I was in the process of situation monitoring, I became the situation myself. Sometimes you monitor the situation long enough and the situation monitors you. I was watching CNN out of nowhere. I'm watching CNN out of nowhere. I'm on CNN. Okay. How the hell does this happen? How the hell does this happen? And the dude is sitting next to me and he's looking at me. Okay. Dude is sitting next to me. There's a guy next to me and he's looking at the screen because he's also watching CNN. And then he turns around and he looks at me and he's like, is that, he starts smiling. He's like, is that you? And while he was pointing at this screen, what's insane about it is that my quote that was chopped in half from Dana Fash is on screen. And I'm just like, I was just like, what are you going to do? But the thing is, probably, I'll be honest, probably one of the worst situations to be in, as is the case with most people. He wasn't exactly elated about CNN to begin with. So CNN, he didn't really like too much. Dana Bash, he didn't really like too much. So automatically, he had a positive opinion of me, which is awesome. Guy is just like sitting there watching CNN angrily, doesn't like Dana Bash. Dana Bash says this guy sucks. And automatically, he had a positive approval of me by way of being negatively polarized off of CNN coverage. A quite unfortunate fit that they put me in, which I think they did deliberately. This has shoulder pads. Like, this isn't, I've worn this before on stream. The guy who made this sent it to me because he was like, it's the comfiest hoodie I've ever worn. And the designer who made this hoodie actually sent it to me. It makes my head obviously look smaller. It's a padded hoodie. It's a shoulder padded hoodie. It's ironic because I also did like an interview about fashion on the ID Mag thing. And I talk about how like I'm too fat and too big to wear this kind of stuff. Like stuff that's supposed to work on like, handsome, slender man, a waifish twink. And I don't have that frame, but I still do it regardless because, I'm a chud-ass loser. What are you going to do? Ethan Klein shared it on his IG, and their IG page is brigaded by scumbags. Yeah. Dude, I don't know. I don't know what it is, man. I don't know why people... I will never understand why when someone fucking hates me, they don't just like hate me this much. Okay? They don't just like give up and move on to other shit. They go crazy for the rest of their lives. Like it dramatically alters their trajectory, where every waking moment is another opportunity to just be like, oh, I can get one off on them because you respond. No, even when I don't respond, I mean, I didn't respond for fucking months, right? Like you can't say that about most of my fucking haters, right? It's just confirmation bias. No, but there are plenty of people that I never talk about, which I'm not going to bring up right now. But actually, the overwhelming majority are never reciprocated with a response. Like there's nothing there at all, and they still do it. And I just don't understand it. I don't know why. I will never understand it. There's plenty of people I hate. I mean, hate is a strong word, but there are some I would use it for, right? I hate the morally repugnant worldview of many Republicans, many reactionaries, and I don't think about them at all. Like, there's never a moment where I'm thinking about Ben Shapiro, right? In my mind, I'm never like, oh God, I hate Ben Shapiro. There's varying degrees of hatred that I have for all of these horrible ideals, horrible ideologies, horrible people that represent those ideologies. But like, I don't know. I feel like there's no way to live life, right? It's no way to live life. It's not a decent way to live life at all. Azan, the Aura farmer. Your ass needs a haircut? Look at the back of your head. I know. I got to get a haircut.
I was like, you're never going to get
All right, let's do, this is recap time. First speech was, let's be real, kind of low profile and kind of mid, right? No disrespect to MSU. I didn't bring it. Luckily, everybody else did, right? Because I didn't know what the vibes were going to be like. I've done these sorts of speeches on my own, but I never know what the energy is supposed to look like, right? And what's interesting is, I got a decent understanding of it, and the second speech I brought it. But yeah, this one banged on the timeline. Look at this 1 minute clip from ASIN, 40,000 likes, bro. Look at that. Let's take a look.
A battle brewing against not only the corrupt fascist forces of the Republican Party, but also against do-nothing Democrats that would rather sit there and collect paycheck after paycheck and fundraise from corporate donors that put your interests second to the interests of those very same corporations that poison your water as they sit idly by, that make sure that every single piece of productive output in the wealthiest nation on earth goes back to our massive military-industrial complex that only brings about death and destruction overseas. Because remember, every single dollar that is spent on a bomb is stolen from each and every one of you.
Yeah, the room was crazy. The room went nutty. You got mocked by Summer Lee. Sorry, guys, you're comparing me to a legend. Okay, I look, I don't like a lot of politicians, as you guys know. It's not a big secret, right? I'm very critical of our politicians, but there are some politicians who I just fucking love. Okay, Summer Lee is phenomenal. I mean, she is spectacular. She is incredible. She has a voice. She can just bring it, right? She was bringing up the energy like crazy. And Abdul Said is another one of those guys as well. Yeah, I forget. Because I yap a lot and I'm very confident in my skill. I got the gift of gab. I can do this for hours. I can be entertaining for hours. However, there is a very different skill for confident orators who are capable of just like motivating people, right? And Summer has that gift for sure. Be more passionate when you speak. We want to hear your volume. Yeah. But it was incredible. I mean, I saw Rashida Tlaib, who I love, as you guys know. After getting a taste, are you now addicted to Trump speaking for candidates, or do you plan on doing Stump speaking for candidates, or doing the same for Oliver Larkin? I'll do it for whoever wants me to do it. Guys, contrary to popular opinion, I'm a homebody. I like being at home base. It's not beneficial for me to be traveling around. It fucks me up. I'm tired. It ruins my diet. I can't work out. I'm not saying woe is me, but what a lot of these people think, especially in DC and everywhere else, they think that like, oh, Hassan is doing this to boost his own profile or whatever. It's not the case. I'd be perfectly fine. My profile would be perfectly fine if I stayed my ass at home. Did I enjoy it personally? Sure. Is this something that I look forward to? I wouldn't say that. It's the same with candidate profiles, right? I don't really like doing candidate interviews and candidate profiles. I do it out of necessity. The reason why I do it is because there are candidates who I trust. There are candidates who I like for a better future in this country. Oh, Jake Paul did blackface. Nice. Yeah, bro, when I said like the Jake Paul did blackface nice, like Fox News is going to clip that. Like that's literally what's happening. It just doesn't make any fucking sense where I'm like, well, you're Fox News. Like, what do you mean? Right? Faz Shaker was on Fox News this morning. And then they were like explaining to Faiz that it's really bad. I'm a Republican panelist at the Republican News Network defending the Republican regime. And let me tell you exactly how bad it is to identify your movement with a guy like this. And it's like, I don't think you're giving us good advice.